Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Nicolas. I'm a full-time reseller that lives in California. I sell on eBay, Mercari, Facebook, OfferUp, places like that. Mostly on eBay. I've been doing it for 2 years full-time now. As of February, it's been 2 years. So this video today, it's April 6th, 2021. That means that quarter one is over. If you guys pay attention to your store, if you're full-time resellers, you'll know that there's 4 quarters in a year. So for January through March will be a quarter. From January to March will be a quarter one, and then quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, so on. Everybody obviously knows quarter four is where we really make our money, right? Where we sell the most of our stuff. If you're an online reseller, if you're any type of retail market, I mean, big chain stores, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, that's when they sell a lot of their things, the most of their things. But anyways, quarter one just finished up for us, and I want to do a little recap because something changed in me these last few months, and I'm taking reselling a lot more serious. I'm treating it more like a business. I'm learning the basics. I'm streamlining. I'm making things easier to ship, or how my shipping process, which is behind me, by the way. I'm making it easier, so I save time while I'm packing items, and my listing, everything is just getting streamlined. I'm trying to save, on some occasions, even seconds. You know, I want to be faster on per listing by seconds. So if I save 10 seconds in packing, if I save 20 seconds in photoing, and then listing, I save another 30 seconds. That's maybe like a minute and a half that I'm saving per listing. And the more you list, the more that compounds. So over the course of 20 to 100 listings, I mean, I'm saving hours of work, and I'm being more efficient. So that means I can list more, I can post more things, make more money, or I can have more free time, which either one, I mean, I'm cool with. So having said all of that, the goals I set for myself in quarter one were to make a certain amount of money each month incrementing a little bit more, until I hit a $10,000 net amount per month. So that would be after my fees, my shipping, my cost of goods, my supplies, everything. After you take everything away, you have a gross profit. But then when you pay your taxes, what's left over is net profit. And not to say like I'm giving any financial advice or anything like that. It's just, I mean, that's just what it is. So my goal for this year is to get to a point where at least I have one whole month, full month, where I make 10,000 bucks. And I think it's very doable. And I made some pretty aggressive goals, and it takes a lot of work. It's taking a lot of work, but I think I'm making good progress. So I'm happy with the results. So if you bear with me, I'm gonna grab something that's on my board here. I'll do a quick twist. I have a board there where I clip on. I have a board there where I clip my goals. It's like my vision board, I guess you could call. So I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so let's see. As you guys can see here, my goal for January 2021 was to gross profit $4,090. And then the next month it went up. I think it was like 20%. I got the number of 20% higher. So for February, I wanted to gross profit 5,040 bucks. And then last month, I wanted to gross profit $6,050. All that to get to the point wherein, if all goes great, in June 2021, which now is like 2-3 months away, to have my first 10,000 gross month. And after it gets to the 10,000 gross amount, I was going to try to keep it growing so that eventually I got to the 10,000 net amount. And then that means, I hit my goal. I can celebrate. So let's talk a little bit about the numbers that I did hit. And what was my process? What was my plan to try to get to those numbers? So one part is knowing your numbers. I'm no expert. I'm still figuring this out. But how I started to go about it, how I came up with these numbers, how much work I had to do, I found out what my average selling price of an item was, and how many items I was selling per month compared to how many I was listing. So how many sold over how many listed. I took that as a sell-through rate or a conversion rate, which is not accurate. That's not the best way to do it. But if your numbers are consistent, if you can, like I was consistently listing 70 to 100 items per week, and I was consistently selling a certain amount, and my numbers were consistently a certain amount. So that's why I thought that for me at least that model would work. So number of items sold divided by number amount of items listed, multiplied by the average selling price, and then my average profit per item. Long story short, I calculated to the point that on most items, I'm making $16 in profit, and that's because I saw a lot of electronics. I saw a lot of I don't want to say higher end electronics. I mean, all electronics are expensive, but I saw a lot of electronics, and on average, I make at least $16 per item. So using that number of $16 per item, I had come up with this sometime in December. I had to say, let's see, need to sell 625 items per month. Difference from now is approximately 469 more sales. So I was currently listing 230 items per month. So I said 70 items a week, right? So I was way overshooting that. I was exaggerating. I was listing on average 54 items a week. About 68% of the items were selling. So if I was selling 54 items in a week, I was selling roughly like 35 items for the week. So I had to list 920 more items per the month so that I could get 625 sales. So blah, 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 did some math. So to reach my number, initially I said 12 months. So by December of this year, 2021, I was going to hit that 10,000 gross number. But then I changed it down to 6 months to be aggressive. It was a perfect time with a lot of factors that came into play. I mean, if you guys are reselling, you know, all of a sudden things are getting opened more for sourcing. There was some stimulus money that people got, the taxes and stuff like that. So for me to start this project, this goal, it was a good time to be aggressive with it, to go guns blazing all the way for it. And then we'll use the momentum that's ongoing. People trying to spend money right now, so let them spend that on me, right? So, long story short, got rid of that. This is my listing logs. I kind of keep track of how many items I list, how many listings I make, how many items I list, and what the average sell price is. So what I think it will sell for. Obviously, a lot of the times, you know, you get a little lower depending on the item, all of that. Anyways, this is my quarter one for it. So I just printed it out. And I don't want this video to be too long. Like with this new attempt at making videos, I want to keep it under 10 minutes. I'm going to try to make as few edits as possible, and just get better at giving the information. Just be a little more prepared when I get on camera, and I think it's gonna be better for me and better for you guys. The less editing I gotta do, the happier I'm gonna be, and then the less time I lag just doing nothing will be better for your time. I appreciate you guys watching. So, anyways, it came down to the fact that I had to list 210 items per week to hit that 10,000 gross at the average selling price that I had and at the profit margins that I had. So for me, so I keep track per week of how many items I'm listing. If you see here in January, I listed 362 items. My goal to hit that 10,000, I have to list 210 items per week. So on an average month, I'd have to list anywhere from 800 to 900 items. So starting in January, right? 362 items listed. 362 listings. I want to make that distinction because there's some multi-quantity. I don't know how to count them. If the item listed should count. I don't for now. So if it's one item with one listing with 10 items, I still count that as one listing. Some people count it as 10 listings, which I don't know. I don't like it that way. Anyways, in January I listed 362 items, listings, 502 items, for a gross amount of $18,891. Average selling price of everything sold would be $37.63. February, I listed 368. I made 368 listings, 536 items for $15,513. So I listed more items, but the gross number was lower because the items were lower value. I was starting to find that the more I sourced, well, the more items I needed, the less picky I could be with sourcing. So normally, when I was being more picky with it, I tried to get items where I could make 20 plus bucks on it. But now with this new model, when I want volume, not just like home runs all the time, with this new model, I'll make less on some items. So I'll make anywhere from 10 or 5 to 10 to $15. not the 16 that I was normally making. But then I'll still have those items where I'm making 40, 50, $60 profit. So the average, what we care about is the average to be at a certain point for these numbers to work. So anyways, the average price for that one was $28.94. So a whole $8 less in the month of February. For sorry, in the month of February, it was about almost $8 less for the average selling price. So my items were a lot cheaper. It was a lot of, I remember the items I was getting was like $5, $10, $15 items. But I had like 10, 20, 30, 40 of them. And that was just what I had that time. You know, you gotta take what you find out there. You can't be picky. As long as it's profitable items with a good sell through, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get through it. And then for March, I ticked up. I beat the 400 mark. So I made 437 new listings, 680 new items, and this month was awesome. I've got a couple good bulk prices on some electronics. So the average listing price was $29,429. So average price per item of around $43.70. So I mean that was a great deal for me. So anyways, long story short, for quarter one, what I had was 1,167 new listings, 1,718 new items listed, a total of 63,833 in new listed inventory at an average price of $37.16, which that number is high. It's very high. A lot of people don't have that number. If you sell clothes, if you sell knickknacks, trading cards, stuff like that, your average price for item is 10, maybe $20. Like I said, I sell electronics, so margins are thinner, but they do sell faster. I'm okay with them. I like this type of merchandise. I'm familiar with it. And to be honest, a lot of the times people shy away from it, especially in bulk deals, because they're expensive. So you're getting 20 pieces at $100. That's 2,000, right? Or just like that. Or you could buy a bunch of shirts, a bunch of retail arbitrage, a couple things on discount, and you spend maybe $100, $200, and you have the same amount of well, not the same amount of potential profit, but it hits the wallet differently. I mean, the same amount of listings, we'll say. So that was all my quarter one listings. Definitely not the 10,000 that I want to be at right now, the 10,000 gross. So what do I have to change for this one? For quarter two, what am I going to do different to try to hit that 10,000 gross and then eventually hit that 10,000 net amount? Like I said, I have to make 210 listings per week. And I don't want to say I've been lagging it. I've had a hard time. I've had a hard time coming up with ways to make it, like I was saying at the beginning, flow more efficiently. Right now, I'm just getting inventory, and I don't have a process yet where I process it. Well, I don't have a process where I process the inventory, where it's clean, tested, ready to photo and list. It's just as I get it, I pilot by the time, and then I have to go source again, and I get it and I pilot. And there's just so much inventory. Right now, maybe in unlisted items, I have about 400, 500 items, which is fine because in another video, I'll get to that point why I want a lot of unlisted items. But for now, I have to make 210 listings per week to hit that 10,000 gross number. So I'm going to make my first attempt this week. I have to average about 30 listings per day. And the per day thing is important. Listing every day, definitely, well, how to say, listing every day, eBay prefers that. eBay prefers you listing every day. It's I don't want to say scientific, but there's enough, even if it's first person, knowledge, I guess, of it. No, that's not a good way to put it. eBay prefers daily listing. So I got to break down to about 30 listings per day to get about 210 per week. So that means on days that I'm able to list, 45, 50, 60 items, I'll just draft a few. I'll leave some as drafts, push the 30 through, and then I'll have the rest for the next day. If in case I don't work that day or whatever the case, I just got to approve them real quick, send them on their way, and I'm keeping up with the algorithm. So anyways, guys, I'm excited to be making videos again. I'm excited to be back here and see how this goes for me. I really want to keep doing it. I do enjoy the blogging style, talking about what I got going on. And I'll be touching base with you guys on a different video about what my plan is, or my goal is with this channel. I want to grow it. And reselling is just, like I said, is my full-time job. It's something I enjoy. But there's more to it, you know. So I want this to be like a reseller's life type of video channel, and it's gonna start with this talking about my business. So thank you for watching. I know this is more of a boring type of video. It's not those bolo type of videos, which are coming soon, I promise. But for now, I just wanted to kind of for accountability for myself, hold myself accountable, talk about the numbers. That's why I keep the sheets here, because it hurts to see those days I'm listing zero, listing zero, listing zero. I finished a week and I've only done 100 items. I'm like, man. But it motivates me for next week, right? Next week I gotta make up the listings I didn't do, and then and add to it, and then do the ones I have to do for that week. So I'm excited to be back on YouTube, to be back making videos, and I don't know. I'm really excited to grow my business. I think this will be a fantastic year for me, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Thank you so much for watching.